Well, everybody, the fun fact about the tremendously elite George Culliver. I might have to try him on defense. I might actually have to try him on defense because of the speed that he has. He could be a weapon. He might be more of a safety than a corner, but still, that is the situation that's shaping up here. If we say that 85 speed is the threshold, because he is an unbelievable linebacker, Mr. Hitstick can then move back to linebacker, where he might be better suited. DeAndre Ecker would also be moved over to linebacker. And then that's okay. So. The big question now. I normally do like the highest rated speed players at corner. The problem is Culliver cannot play man, right? So he is going to go to safety, where he's a little bit weaker than he would be at linebacker. But that's the play there. And then in Red Dead Interception is also a much better safety than a corner. And then Campaign is just literally like we're training him up, right? But yeah, everyone here has at least 80 man coverage and 88 speed. So outside, I mean, Kakalaki and Culliver are the safeties. We know this. 8th year freshman, much better at corner. I mean, he is a little bit slow. Confederate pad stack, much better at man coverage. So some of these guys might not quite have the speed we're hoping for. But based off of what they're good at coverage-wise, it's probably best to move them. That gives us a bit of extra depth there. And then 3-3 with a decent backup on both sides. That works. So then the only other thing to sort out defensively... Ooh. And then Joel Adunze was already pretty good. Our defensive line might not be great. I am going to keep Qui-Gon here because I don't think we need that extra offensive line help. And he might skyrocket in overall. The defensive line is probably looking to be the weakest it's been in a while. Anybody that can play in the middle, let's see how well they play there. We should have a kicker because we had a red shirt punter last year. So we should have 2 punters, and we're just going to move one of them over to kicker. It won't be the best special teams setup we've ever had, but it'll do. I mean, we play the super aggressive style anyway. Bunny, take it easy, by the way. Zone coverage, and NIL only fans probably should be a middle linebacker. This guy was picking off everything. So based off of guys that cannot play zone coverage very well, that is a decent setup on the outside. You could argue moving Clubber Lang over to the right just to balance it out, but I don't think everyone that's currently in the middle is actually going to stay in the middle. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of depth right there. Hell of a lot of depth at middle linebacker. Anybody that's good at playing man, though, because outside linebackers do play man a decent amount. Mr. Hitstick should probably be on the outside. And Big Al could also be on the outside. So let's move Big Al to the left. And we'll move Mr. Hitstick to the right. Where he is not NIL only fans, because we hit the button too fast. Didn't recognize who we were pressed on. Yeah, definitely 3 defensive linemen again. There we go. Again, we still haven't gotten our training camp results. Got our corners, got the safeties. And then, based on power and accuracy, punted in the balls is actually going to be moving over to kicker. He's the better of the 2 options right now. So this roster, we're now a 3-star program, by the way. This roster's looking better, and we still, let me just double check that we're good. We still haven't gone through the training camp results. Hell of a lot of potential running backs on the roster, by the way, which is what it is. But there we go. Yeah, I think we're good. Definitely going to have some cuts to make, but let's see what happens with these training camp results. Good amount of XP. That's a good amount. What do we have here? The 83 overall Ball State Cardinals. Ute, 80, playing like an 84. Sriracha to 76. I mean, we got 2 decent junior quarterback options, that's for sure. Nice to have some depth in that position. Running backs. Hakuna Nevada has potentially jumped CM Punk's Diet Soda. Larry Bird proven to be a decent running back as well. Okay. Fullback, back wall showing up as a 76. Wideouts, George RRR Martin. Looking good. Hammy Tear. Might not be the best group of receivers we've ever had, but they're definitely not bad. Tight end, at least 2 guys at a 70. Even if it's due to morale, that's okay. Left tackle, great depth there for sure. Left guard's looking great. Center looks better than we could have expected. Tremendous, although Go Oilers really got jumped. And shout out to huge jacked man like Wolverine as a freshman. Really stepped up. Most of these guys have the agility now to play tackle. Right guard, Pickford, Raffle, Dinkelberg. Dude, our O-line is awesome. Defensive line, Trail Mix will probably be the starter on the left. Qui-Gon jumped up to a 77, so he's at least a good depth option. He might get cut, though. Right side, 81 for Coke Can Robot. Not bad. Defensive tackle, still not the strongest, but getting better. See, linebacker, Big Al and Rudy Hurtado looking good. Middle with OnlyFans and not Australian looking great. Manziel and Hitstick. Corners looking very strong at corner. Good lord. Ogbu at safety. 90 overall for Diet Kakalaki. Technically an 89 at strong safety. Kicker showing up as a 71. Punter showing up as a 74. This team looks good. This team looks good. George reading, writing, arithmetic, dragging out his book smart. How many players do we have to get rid of? 14. Okay. So at quarterback, it's a bit of a tough call. At running back, it's not going to be so difficult, right? Unfortunately. CM Punk Diet Soda is a senior, right? Got the sophomore that's not that much worse. I mean, he is a really good power back. I think definitely to get pegged is gone. You know, he's worse than a sophomore who used to be a quarterback, for God's sake. So, sorry, John Lovin. You're out of here. We'll come back, but there's likely to be another running back gone, just like there's likely to be a fullback cut. Nobody at wide out. Tight end, Jaquaylin Hendershot just never developed. So, we can, well, if we get rid of him, that does mean D'Imperio will have to play his freshman year. But that's it's probably a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Holy shit, the depth we have on the O-line, dude. I don't want to get rid of anybody. The senior backup right guard, technically third string, Mr. Raffle. Sorry to the Raffle Copter, he's going to be on the outs. Defensive end, yeah, Qui-Gon. Sorry to Qui-Gon, took my gin, but he's not going to make it. Defensive tackle, tough call. Right side. Linebacker, NIL to the cross. He's third string. One of Endo's finest. Middle linebacker, Ball State Mahoney. Also just never panned out. He's gone. And then right side. Tough call. Corners. 5th string senior cornerback, Big Red. Hate to say it, he's got to go. He's barely better than Yancey Fry. Sorry to Big Red. And then nobody really to get rid of at safety, ideally. Could argue Red Dead Interception. Fuck, so we still got to get rid of 8 players. Quarterback, gotta do it. Some dude off the street. He's gonna get jumped by a Luby. He's already been jumped by a Luby in Sieg. I mean, he's gotta go. He's gotta go. Running backs. We're gonna say goodbye to Diet Soda. We'll try to leave it from there. Fullback's got to go. I mean, he's good, but we just cannot prioritize a fullback right now anyway. Tight end, Jaqueline Hendershot's got to go. Even if it complicates things. Jesus Christ, I really don't want to get rid of any offensive linemen because we struggled for so long. Build up a good O-line. To be fair, it's some dude off the street. We probably should have brought it in the first place. Fair point. There are definitely some other players to look at here. This is tough, though. We still got to get rid of 4 dudes. Matlock will be 3rd string. Running back-wise, left tackle wannabe. He's below blogging the Bishop. Same year. He's got to go. Can't afford to cut another tight end. John Glockland is a really good second choice for the year. I think the junior Baraka Dogby. He's got to go. Anybody else? Big Al's Toy Barn, I can kind of see him getting cut in the future, but... I think the senior outside linebacker, Mr. Hitstick, because Lang's good enough to be the backup. Sorry to the Hitstick. We need one more. Could be Confederate Pad Stack. Yeah. I think it's him. So, some tough calls this year, but it's not as bad as it could have been, given how many people were brought in. Oh, so let's rearrange these conferences then, based off of how this season went. As Western Kentucky find themselves back in Conference USA to replace South Florida. And Northern Illinois will be making their way up for Wake Forest. Very good, very good. From Conference USA, champions were, of course, Monroe. Bastards. They head to the MAC to replace Virginia. Dude, Virginia down to tier 10 is insane to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but out of like all the programs there, to see them in the second to last tier is crazy to me. Like, they have just been plummeting. Absolutely plummeting. Champions of the MAC. We had Northwestern, as they'll be adding to the Sun Belt to replace Indiana. Northwestern for Indiana. Your Ball State Cardinals heading to the American Conference to replace the Kansas Jayhawks. Unbelievable. 2 promotions in a row. Never Ever would have guessed. And then to round out the American, Hawaii is on their way to the Mountain West. Down goes Minnesota. So this is our conference for next season. We're rocking an 83. Boise State at an 81. 81 for Eastern Michigan. 79 for FIU. 80 for Rutgers. 81 for Mississippi State. 83 for Minnesota. 84 for our old pals Miami. 84 for SMU. 79 UAB. And 80 for Washington State. So we're definitely going to be in the conversation to fight for promotion, but we have some competition, right? Like last year, we identified UConn as our biggest competition. That absolutely proved to be correct. I don't know if it's going to be kind of one-to-one like that this year. We'll see. I think there's a little bit more strength overall in that conference than what we had seen, which of course is the point of a promotion relegation system. Dude, shout out to the 4-star program now at App State. That is fucking insane that they are in the same tier as goddamn Georgia. Full play to App State, man. National champions Auburn head to the Big Ten. Plays UCLA. But seriously, like, look at who App State's in a conference with right now. Fucking good for them, man. They're living our dream. They are living the dream, aren't they? And then from the Big Ten, Tennessee. Runners up. Head to the top tier. Replace the Trojans. So that is what the top tier looks like heading into goddamn 2043. There you go. In theory, the 11 best teams in the country. Dude, ASU have held that position for like a decade, I swear. They easily have to be the most shocking team from this run. Even outdueling App State in that regard. That's just crazy. So in terms of getting set up for the next season, right? Because we're going to have some stuff to do. First and foremost will be the custom schedule. Right now we're scheduled to play Air Force Week 1 and FCS Southeast Week 2. Do you guys agree? And I'll put up a poll for this. Do you agree with that? Or do we want to do the whole letter picker randomize option for those two games? Do we care much about that schedule? Conference-wise, of course, Rutgers, Miami, Washington State, Mississippi State, UAB, Minnesota, Eastern Michigan, at Boise in the blue turf, SMU, and then FIU to end the year. Yeah, if you guys vote to randomize, which looks like it's going to be the case, we can end that early. Let's go to the letter picker wheel. Can we play Monroe? Let's find out. Yes, we can. I'll agree to put Monroe on the board if I can keep the FCS team. Any disagreements? Put Monroe on the board, but keep FCS Southeast. We good with that? Chad seems to be good with it. Rip them apart, god damn it. I'm gonna rip them apart. Liberty we played last year and we fucking beat them. No deal. Well, Meg, you're in the minority. Let's take a look at our board then. Now that we are finally allowed to look at 3 stars out of the gates. So ignore all those 4 stars that have interest in us. So for the 3-star quarterbacks, Joseph Rugamba, Trent Stewart, and Ben McSorley that have interest. We'll start off with players that have interest in us. Running back, Dominique Lemons and Nick Machado. We got 2 fullbacks, Kenya Bowden and Javonte Sapp. 3 wideouts, Junior Marvin, Herschel Kegler, and Steve Costa. No tight ends interested out of the gates. Tackles Wade Schwenke, Ty Johnson, and Pat Bagent. One guard, Silas Granger. Two centers, Josh Mandarino and Larry Ursua. Defensive ends, Alex Trahan and Hunter Hawkins. Okay, we're getting a pretty good mix here. Defensive tackle, Calvin Fuller. Linebacker, Dylan Van Ginkel. In the middle, CJ Blanco, Bryce Kareem, and Josh Lacey. One corner, Kareem Williams Jr. Safeties, Joseph Hawley, Joey Long, and Cam Shaughnessy. Strong safety, Joaquin Trejo. No kicker, but a punter and Caleb Lashley. Now, because these guys are 3 stars, now granted, it's worth scouting, but at the same time, is it? Like, we know they're basically going to be better than anybody that we have still. So it's kind of a bit of a waste of time to scout these guys. I mean, unless they were a bust, we'd be leaving them on our board. So this first week, we really don't have too much to do in terms of the recruitments. So I don't know, maybe I'll just spam through the scouting options and just see, but again, on average, we're just going to be going after these players. I'm not going to worry about 3-star pipeline yet. I'm not going to be worrying about any of that. It's just players that are interested. Let's push as hard as we can to get these guys to sign. And we'll fill in the vacant spaces that we might have later on. So, as an example, at quarterback, Joseph Rugamba. I mean, 86 throw power, 87 speed, has magician, team player. Is he significantly better than the 2 stars? Maybe not, but he is better. 61 awareness. Trent Stewart is a bust. Interesting. I don't think I agree with that, though. The problem is, though, the throw power. His accuracy's good, but that throw power, I don't even care, actually. He's better. He's fine. And then Ben McSorley. Platinum Road Dog, eh? Okay. You know, this will at least help us know who we want to prioritize if we have a decision. Another bust in Dominique Lemons, but I don't care. His attributes just solid. Machado. Looks pretty damn good. At least, too, if we find a gem, we'll know who to target outright. Anya Bowden, another bust, but screen enforcer. And I don't know, maybe we could be a bit more picky. Maybe we should. Maybe. We are finding quite a few busts. I mean, we'd be scouting these guys anyway, so at least we'll have time to think about it. 92 speed, 87 jumping at 6'5". What a monster. What a beautiful, beautiful monster. Who do we have at tackle? Wade Schwenke. Is damn good. Compared to what we've been getting. Ty Johnson, our first gem, which means you'd think he would at least be like star dev. Right now, we're just on the hunt here for gems mostly. Although, like I said, from what I'm seeing, so like this guy is a bust, but attribute-wise, it's not bad. 90 strength as well. So once we have a team of all 3 stars by comparison, yeah, avoid that guy. But right now, again, it might be more. But then again, maybe we should look for quality over quantity. Holy 93 strength defensive tackle, Calvin Fuller. Dylan Van Ginkel is a bust, but has platinum clear-headed. So we'll figure it out. We'll have time to think about it. We will have time. What we want to take a look at, preseason All-Americans. What do we have in conference here now that we're in the Ammer? Oh boy, some Miami up there. Hornhucker at right tackle. Culliver at safety and Kakalaki as well. Dude, they love our safeties. Let's go. Okay. Not exactly dominating, though, the first team list. Let's take a look. Obviously, we're going to have you guys rename all of our true freshmen shortly. But in talking about the red shirts this year, Sieg and Alubi are both sitting out. The 3 new running backs are sitting. Keep the fullback in because whatever. Again, pretty much anybody we can red shirt, we do. That way they are that much higher of an overall for their senior year. And if they get pissed and leave, so be it. But for the most part, we haven't had to worry about that yet. But you could argue we haven't had to worry about it because the players are not good. But let's see what this depth chart looks like then. And then we'll get to renaming people. So, I mean, Boutte has definitely earned the right to be the starter this year. Maybe Sriracha will get another chance, but Isaiah Boutte is the guy. At running back, Kuna Nevada should be the starter. The backup, though, do you go with Larry Burb? I think it's got to be none for the speed. And then the fourth option, speed's about the same. Awareness goes to this guy, but then Burb has safety valve. 2 out of 3 go to blogging the Bishop. Sorry to Larry Burb, man. We're just not feeling it. We are not feeling it. This guy's got the speed. This guy's got the awareness. Go with the speed as the tiebreaker. Fullback, good to go. Burb might end up... Actually, in fairness, Burb could end up playing fullback this year. I am perfectly alright with that. There you go, Larry. We found room for you. Wideout. We got nobody who's a scratch or anything. Let's see. Speed goes to James' name. Awareness goes to James' name. He gets the win. Speed to James' name. Awareness to this guy. He also has recoup. Some Ramrods ahead. Speed to you. Awareness to you and recoup. We'll put Ramrod ahead of Gorilla Shirt. Speed's even. Awareness. And Gorilla Shirt's actually going to be dropping a little bit. Or maybe not, actually. Hold on. I was doing this the wrong way. Speed. Awareness and catching, that's fine. Speed. Awareness to you. Catching to you. But yeah, he's still got the mentals, actually. Fair enough. He's got the speed over Ramrod. Ramrod's got the awareness and the catching. Speed, awareness, catching to this guy. Ramrod's better than he looks. Speed, awareness is even. Catching to this guy. He can have the abilities. Speed to you, awareness to you. Ramrod's going to end up being our number 1. He's just very, very well-rounded. Very well-rounded indeed. At tight end. Is Droge up there? Better awareness, better hands. Quick and easy. Left tackle. Of course, we're going to have to... The nonsense. That's just what I'm calling it from now on, is the nonsense with the depth chart. So left tackle. Who do we want here? 1 extra set of mentals for Glocklin. I think he gets the tiebreaker over Bubblicious. Also the senior. Left guard. Another left guard. No, there wasn't. Okay, so it's either Corafor or divorced dads. I mean, a Corafor doesn't have the awareness. He does have the strength. Platinum Quick Step. Does that override 2nd level bronze, gold Screen Enforcer, and silver Road Dog? I think anytime you got a guy with a platinum and the number 69, you got to play him. Centers. 3 of them in the mix. It's got to go to Celiacs. Platinum ground and pound. Has the best awareness of the bunch. Even though exams is an 85, we got to give Celiacs the chance. So you got to be done. Right guard. Let's make sure that's set up the way we want it. So one of these 2. Better awareness for this guy, better strength. That guy has quick step, but it's only a bronze. Celiax is fast as hell for a lineman, yeah. Playing him at center isn't exactly the best. Like, he'll be a tackle or a guard next year, but then again, maybe at center, it'll be all right. Maybe he'll be able to catch up to people and stop them from just mowing down our quarterback right off the snap. And then right tackle. Awareness and strength to this guy. With second level in Road Dog. He has Rally and Road Dog, and that's it. I gotta go for Big Al's Fly Swatter. I think he's more well-rounded. And overall isn't everything. So, left end. A little bit slower, the Dize, but he's got the abilities. The awareness is only slightly weaker. Let's go for him. Let's go for him. And then we'll keep Trail Mix as the second option. Right side. I think of Doozy a defensive tackle. Slight argument. Slight argument. Given that we play a 3-4, though, a lot of times we do end up with rushing. So maybe he'll play at that point. It kind of depends, though. Because, I mean, Toy Barn is the best option with it. His 86 strength isn't that crazy. Probably argue Trail Mix instead. I know he's faster, but he's got that extra strength. We could try it. Not against it. Let me sort out who I actually care about here at defensive tackle. This guy's got 53 awareness, man. He is going to sim like garbage. Shout out to, I imagine,
to walk through this fucking grass.
Could be TU3. I don't know. Thank you for the follow, though. Welcome in. Welcome. Caught us at a time where we're trying to make sure our roster is ready to go. And to be honest, I mean, yeah, it just kind of works the way it does. I'm good with that. I think I'm good with that. Mix has the strength. He's got some mobility as well as a power rusher. What have we got at linebacker? Of course, everything is inverted. Of course it is. Left side. Pretty strong on that left side. Will it be Big Al or Hurtado? 90 awareness for Big Al. He's faster. He's not as strong, but yeah, no, Big Al's he's going there. Middle linebackers. Yeah, and I OnlyFans, definitely the starter. And then right side. Okay, we should be good to go there. So it's obviously between one of these two, and it's going to be James Manziel. Corners. Do we have a corner that's sitting out? No, we don't. So, hate the lack of awareness on 8th-year freshmen. Everybody else is pretty similar. That works. Coming back from a casino, my flight leaves in 6 hours. Why did I do this? Normally when I'm worried about not being able to catch a flight, it's because I just can't sleep. Fair play, though. Actually, in fairness, that did happen once. Or I succumbed to peer pressure and ended up at a casino before having to catch a flight in the morning. Stash, you should have asked me. I would have warned you about the dangers. I would have warned you about the dangers. Dude, we are fucking stacked at safety. Oh my god. Oh my god. Return man this year. Here for a bachelor. Oh, well, if it's for a bachelor party, I mean, I think you can forgive yourself, I think you can forgive yourself in that set of circumstances. You're all right. And hey, if you miss the flight, just, blame the groom. Just blame him. Hold it over his head for a long time. Third down back is good. Power back. for me. Guy's got better break tackle, though. Fade's person in front of me at blackjack. You know, like drunk fool took my card that I needed. So you had a night. You had a night, is what I'm gathering. You had yourself a night. Gotcha. I thought this would be a bridge year, given how many good players graduated. I guess not. Yeah, I mean, this team still looks incredibly strong. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Will they be as good as to get a third straight promotion? Let's not count our chickens before they hatch yet, right? Because, I mean, we could have easily not have made it this past year. Let's see, OnlyFans is going to be there. You just leave Kakalaki there. Down 400. I'm the lowest down in the group, says myself. That's why I can't be a gambler. It's like, yeah, I lost 400, but man, my friends lost more. I could never be a gambler. There's no way. There's absolutely no shot. I think the offensive weapons are a little weak, maybe. I don't totally disagree, right? Like, our overalls are kind of all over the place, but we do have a damn near elite offensive line, right? And it could be even better if we didn't optimize this. So I think we have a good defense, a damn good offensive line. You know, I'm not saying our quarterback's going to be fucking Tom Brady here, but it's rare for me. Fair. Fair. Dude, the last time, I told this story, the last time I went into a casino was after Crash and I went to North Carolina for the AEW pay-per-view in March. To save my wife some time in terms of, like, picking me up, because it just would have been a pain. I had my parents pick me up, and then, we met my wife. My parents wanted to go to the casino anyway, and I'm like, cool, I'll give you some money so you guys can go. We walked in there so my wife could use the bathroom, and then we walked back out, and as we're walking out, the guy at the desk was like, you're in here for 3 minutes. I don't think he had ever seen somebody walk into the area and then immediately leave. Of course, we did not bet anything, which is great. All right. Kakalaki's fine there, right? In that safety spot. So sub-linebacker is OnlyFans. Yeah, I am not a gambler. Like, I don't even like loading up ultimate teams anymore. To that point, I'm just like, why am I doing this? Defensive tackle, toy barn, or robot. Let's go with robots. And we can't use NIL OnlyFans as the rusher there. But it could be Big Al and not Australian. I think is the way we can do this. So Big Al on that side. And then not Australian on that side. And that works pretty well. Someone from my group walked in, dropped 500 on red, hit black. That set the tone. I just couldn't do it. There's no way. There's no way I can do it. Like, my mind does not work of like, yeah, but think if it hits, then what can I spend the money on? My mind would immediately be like, here's what I could spend that money on. You know? It's like, shit, I could upgrade my dishwasher for that, you know? Oh, shit. Like, that's how my brain works. But fair play to people as long as, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not an actual issue. Fair play. Oh, man, I think we're ready to go. I think we are. I have no idea what to expect from this team for this next season. But they do look good in some ways. The offense, I tend to agree, might be a little bit weaker than we want it to be. But the O-line should help us create other opportunities. And then defensively, I think we stick with a 3-4 because our linebacker core, our secondary, looks awesome. Especially at safety. Again, to get George Culliver, not bad. Not bad at all. This guy is just a beast. And we get him as a sophomore. It's crazy. And he won't be renamed. Other people will be, though.